Okay. Good morning, student. Today we are going to study about the long run supply curve of a firm. So when it comes to the short run, we have studied that in short run, when there is a price line is above average variable cost or equal to the average variable cost, we will produce Q1 amount of output. We will produce the Q1 amount of output when the price is greater than or equal to the average variable cost. That time the price will be P1. The output which we are producing, that is Q1. At what condition? When price is greater than average variable cost or price is equal to the average variable cost. So we can write it price is greater than or equal to the average variable cost. That time what happens? P1 will be our price and Q1 amount of output we will produce. And the supply curve for this, that is the rising part of short run marginal cost. So this rising part, we will take it as a supply curve for a firm. So till here you have studied. So next, well, what happens when it comes to the P2? P2 is a, again it is a price line. What it explain? When price is lesser than average variable cost, that time we will produce P2. Okay, the price will be a P2 and we will produce zero amount of output. So this will be a output production. So here there is no supply curve because we are not producing output. That means we are not supplying any commodities. That is about the first. Second graph, when price is equal to the average variable cost, what happens that time? The supply curve will be rising part of short run marginal cost. Which is the rising part of short run marginal cost? This part we will take it as a supply curve. And how much output we are going to produce in the second graph, student? So in the second graph, how much output that we are going to produce? So can anyone answer? In first graph, when it come to the first graph, there is price 1. When is P1, we are producing Q1 amount of output. When it is price 2, we are producing zero amount of output. Now I am talking about the second graph. When your price is equal to your average variable cost. So that time how much output you are going to produce? Very good. Very good, Maitri. Only Maitri has given the correct answer. Remaining, you people have given the answer, but it is wrong. When it comes to the second graph, we are producing zero amount of output. This is a thick line. I said when it comes to the graph, you have to show this line. The thick line here, the represent that you are going to produce zero output. So here the production will be zero. Have you cleared with this concept? Have you understood this, both the graph, case 1 and case 2? So remember, when it comes to the second graph, you are not going to produce 10 unit or Q0. You are going to produce zero amount of output, which is represent here, the thick line. Is it clear to everyone? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಇನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆನಾ ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎರಡು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ? Have you clear with this concept? Okay, now let us move towards the next graph. That is, one second. Okay. So now we are going to study about the long run supply curve. So when it comes to the long run supply curve, in long run, there are all the factors are variable factor. So the same graph which we used for the short run, it is going to represented over here. The same graph which we are used in the short run, the same graph we are using, but there are changes in the elements. Here we are going to use the long run average cost. But in the short run, which curve we have used? We have used average variable cost and marginal cost and short run average cost. Here we are going to use long run marginal cost, long run average cost. Whether I am audible to you students? So whether I am audible to everyone, because I am not getting anyone's response. Okay, I am audible to you, right? You can hear me clearly. Okay. So now we are going to study about the long run supply curve. Here the difference is, here we are going to use which curve instead of average variable cost curve? Which curve we are going to use in the long run instead of average variable cost? In the short run, we have used average variable cost. In long run, yes, we are going to use long run average cost. Instead of that, average variable cost. So you have studied this concept under the third condition. In third condition, when it comes to the short run, the price should be greater than the average variable cost. When it comes to the long run, the price should be greater than what? The price should be greater than, what does the third condition explain? Yes, the price should greater than the average cost. So here when it come to the long run, we are using average cost, long run average cost and long run marginal cost. So you can see the same graph, kind of same graph which we have used in the short run. So now you have to answer me because you have already studied about the short run. So when we are producing, when the price is P1, how much amount of quantity that we are going to produce? When the price is P1, how much quantity that we are going to produce? Yes, very good. We are going to produce the Q1 amount of quantity. So here you can see this is the line. This is a point where it fulfill all the three conditions. So I'm not going to repeat again the three condition. It should be by hearted by now for you. Okay. So next, it come to price 2. When it is price 2, how much quantity that we are going to produce? Yes, very good. We are going to produce zero amount of output. Why zero amount of output? Because the price line is below the average cost. That means if we produce any output, we are definitely going to earn the loss. After knowing that we are going to earn loss, no one will interested in the production. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ನಂತರ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಹಣ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಭನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಲೋನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, when price is below the average cost, you are going to produce zero amount of output. So now the question is here, which line we are going to use as a supply curve? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ? ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು? Very good, long run marginal cost. So here we can use the rising part of long run marginal cost curve as a supply curve. So this represents the supply curve. Okay, ಯಾವುದು ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕರ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯಿರಿ, the rising part of long run marginal cost curve will be the supply curve for the long run. So then you are clear about this graph. Yes, ಯಾರಿಗಾರು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆನಾ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Do anyone have a doubt? Okay, then let us move towards the next. Next, the case is when price is lesser than the minimum. The price is lesser than the minimum means if your price is 10, the cost also going to be equal to the 10. That is what represent here in this point. Here you can see where price is equal to the average cost. The price is equalizing the long run average cost. So here, how much amount of output that you are going to produce? Here, how much amount that you are going to produce? So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? Yes, very good. So you have understood. So Parveen, how it is going to be 10? 10 ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ವೀನ್? It is going to be 0. So you are going to produce 0 amount of output. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this concept. So ಯಾವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಗ ನೀವು 0 ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕರ್ವ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ದ ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ವ್. The rising part of long run marginal cost curve, we will use it as a supply curve for firm. So next, we are combining this graph 1 and 2, case 1 and 2. So the same explanation given over here, which you have studied already. So what happens in the both graph? What is happening here in the both graphs? When it comes to the long run, the supply curve of a firm, it will be a rising part of long run marginal cost curve. The rising part of long run marginal cost curve we will use as a supply curve. And when price is equalizing the average cost, the output production will be 0. When the price is P1, the quantity produced is Q1. Here the price is greater than the average cost. Next, when price is P2, here the price is lesser than the average cost. We are going to produce a 0 amount of output. I hope you are clear with this long run and short run. In both long run and short run, the supply curve will be a rising part of marginal cost. In short run, the rising part of short run marginal cost. In long run, the rising part of long run marginal cost curve. I hope you are clear with this concept. Do anyone have doubt in this concept? So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಏನು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ supply about supply curve. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ they can ask together or they will ask separately. Explain about long run supply curve, explain about short run supply curve. So you have to write both the cases and you have to explain with the graph. So and you have to remember when it comes to the short run, we are using short run marginal cost, short run average cost and average variable cost. 3 curve we are going to use. But when it comes to the long run, only 2 curves we will use, that is long run marginal cost and long run average cost. Here in the both long run and short run, we are going to use marginal cost and average cost. Only in short run, we are going to add average variable cost. I hope you are clear with this concept. If anyone have a doubt, you can clarify. You can ask her questions. Okay. Thank you, students.